Hello and welcome back.
Hello, guys.
Okay. Hi. I'm so excited to be here with you. Why does this look like this? We are so not used to being where we're at right now.
Yes, really weird.
We're not together.
It's weird.
We're not in person together today, due to unforeseen circumstances.
Yes.
Such as me being sick. Again, I used to pride myself on having like such a good immune system.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. And now it's gone to the drain within the past like 2 years. But anyway,
Weird.
Jamie thought of this really great podcast idea. Okay.
Yes, we did. We sure did.
So tell them what we're going to be talking about, because I think that it's going to be fun.
So today we are going to be talking about being chronically online, what that means, what it looks like, how to not be it. I sure don't want to, I don't want to be it anymore. And I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. We'll get into it more after we get into like our little like pre-pod or pre-topic stuff. That for me, like it's definitely a spectrum. Like I know I feel like most people who are online are chronically online, or I guess maybe different sectors of the internet, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so anyway, we'll get to that, which is going to be a fairly fun episode. And so, yeah. First of all, you want to go into, do you have any updates throughout the week that you've done?
Honestly, I'm like, what have I been doing? I've just been trying.
You've been looking very productive online lately.
Really?
I mean,
Thanks.
you actually, I feel like you always look productive. I'm always watching your gym vlogs or your or like you going out to different like cafes or whatever you're doing, going to work, and I'm always sitting like eating my breakfast, feeling like a lump.
That is what I've been doing. I've been trying to post more on TikTok, and yeah, my goal is 3 times a day. So you guys better hype those videos up. I'm just kidding. I'm really trying though.
Send them out.
But it's been really fun, and it's also been a motivator to do things for myself, like going to the gym. So kind of double whammies me.
Right.
You know?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
definitely.
we love that. Except I hurt my ankle on my trip. I don't know if I said that last episode. Probably.
Oh, I don't know if you did, but her ankle's been puffy since she's gotten back.
Like, I've been talking about it every day.
What?
Yeah, it's been so bad, but I've been powering through it, and it's probably not a good idea to I have been walking a lot and working out, yeah. But I'm like, I don't know. It's feeling a lot better though, so we're good, I think.
So that's good.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
I mean, before I started feeling like crap, we've had a fun past week. We went to Jared's parents. We went kitty hunting for them to and oh my god, there's a cat cafe in a downtown, if you guys live in Michigan, downtown Ferndale, and it is so cute and sweet. Even if you're not looking to adopt a cat, but they have shelter cats there, and you can go and play with them. You
I've always wanted to go.
Slot. Yeah.
Aww.
And they have coffee outside of it, and you can bring it in there. Ooh. They have little chairs. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Cool.
I know. And you're the money that you pay to go in is a direct donation to the shelter that they use.
Oh.
And so that's super cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. But other than that, I read a book. I finished a book. I read, what was the book? Crap. Oh my God. Oh wait, I have it right here actually. And I have the sequel. Wait, I'm going to make it fall. Okay, so let me find it. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, which, you guys, this was so hyped up on Book Talk.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I liked the book, but it took me, the books, this doesn't happen often for me because I don't push through usually, but this took me until page 104 to even get into.
Ew. I cannot stand books like that. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
just
I had
can't.
to.
That's me with November 9th. I've started that book
Yeah,
10,000 times, and I'm like
yeah.
probably to that point, and I can't do it.
No, it's like you. I literally had to force myself. I was sitting there, and Jared was, in the room, and he was doing his own thing, and I was just like, he was like, "How's your book?" And I was like, honestly, it's just like not. It's not doing it for me. And so I'm like, but I'm forcing myself. And so I like literally, I would have to like read a few pages, take a break, read a few pages because I was because I heard so many good things about this, and I heard about one specific like part in it, which everyone always just hypes up one specific part in a book, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, it was a cute book, but like it just the writing style or some maybe it was because it was like about this like famous party girl or whatever at first, and that didn't click with me or something.
Yeah.
But then once I got into it, but then you know those books where like it gets really good, and then it at like the 3/4 mark, they just rush through everything.
Yeah. It's not
I
it.
hate that. That has to be my biggest book pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like you took your sweet freaking time the whole first half. Then there's like a little portion where you're like going hard.
And
Then
it's
the
like the
last
good
part.
part too, probably. It's like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
don't you? I rather you focus it on that, and like
Right, just because it's like
really let me
past the
romanticize
climax.
it.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. And like just because it's past the climax doesn't mean I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then I also got this is the sequel, which I'm excited about this because this is like it's based off or it's like a continuation of the other people in that book, but it's
Mm-hmm.
hook, line, and sinker. And look at I have a new book light.
I
Um,
need one of those so badly.
yeah.
I'm
No,
sorry, I
Jared
want
literally
one. I don't
surprised
need
me with
it.
it because what?
I said I don't need it. I want it.
Oh yeah, right. But I needed this. So um, but anyway, Jared surprised me with this because I was laying in bed. First of all, we have our like lights next to our bed, and I don't like to keep that on because I'm like I don't want to keep him up while I'm reading because sometimes I read until like 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started using my like phone flashlight, and he just kept laughing at me, and so then the next day this shows up, and I was
Aw,
like, thank you, I appreciate it, and you know
that's
it
sweet.
is nice. It
Yeah,
like
that's literally
moves
what
and
I do when I read.
yeah,
Sometimes at night, I'll be like,
right. See, but why do you have to? You don't even have anyone in the room with you. You can just like blast the lights just so you don't want to like stay up.
yeah,
Oh, that makes
literally.
sense. Um, let's see. You know, we should start charting what things make us cry throughout the week.
Okay, that's a good
Does
one.
anything make you cry anymore or no?
Yes, something that did the other day, but I can't really remember. I think I was talking about my manifestation era.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm re-entering it. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about it. Like I found one, and yeah, I don't know. It's just hitting. So I'm gonna run with it.
It's just hitting. So,
It
well,
is.
God, I'm so glad that it's hitting. You know what? I get in phases of that kind of thing, and I think that like I just I too am getting back into like being actually good about it
Same.
because I think yeah you could like steer off and like get
I
off
just
track.
wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It was not hitting for a while. It wasn't
Yeah.
uh resonating, or I don't know. I wasn't interested,
No.
like any of it. So now that it is,
Yeah.
I'm running with it, and I don't know. It's been like it's really interesting to learn about too. So
Right.
we love that.
We
Anyways, my
do.
out is kind of goes in with my manifestation era, and that's over being the victim. I'm
Oh.
done being the victim, like victimizing myself
Yeah. Yeah.
in situations, being like, me, like, oh my god, this is happening to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just, I'm just
I
done with
do
it.
feel like that comes with age too. Like I feel like there's a part in life where like you kind of like need to do that or like that's just it's natural for that to happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like to me that I think it's just a natural progression of like learning how to sort through your feelings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
too, because I feel like whenever I was your age, that's like what, and then you get to like a point where you're like, okay, wait, I'm just done with it.
Right. And that's where I am. Like,
Yeah. And I feel like that's when I truly like started not like healing, but like feeling a little bit better in life.
yes. And that's literally exactly how to explain it. It's like, it really is giving me the power right now with that of
Yeah.
being like,
Well, yeah,
anything
because
that happens, I'm just going to live my life and be like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I can't let everything affect me like that. But I think it's a good thing
No.
to let things affect you in a way. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah, well,
certain things to
yeah.
be a victim to. Okay.
What? Either way. But yeah, I think it's like a thin line of crossing between the two.
Agreed. Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
was. I don't know. Never mind. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, anything else?
No, those are my ins and outs. So that's it
Cool.
for me.
Well, then now we can get into the hot topic of today,
Mm-hmm.
chronically online. Being chronic
Chronically
online,
online.
it's kind of like an art of like being online. That's how I think of it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like a deep sector. It's like the deep dark. It's like never mind. But I don't know.
Never mind.
To me, it's just a part of being online. And
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that there is a spectrum of being chronically online. Or I guess being online and like the chronic part being like this end, right?
Mm-hmm.
The one end and then the other part being like just barely online, like you have like a Facebook or something and
Right.
nothing else. And then like the middle is obviously the middle or whatever. Um, but anyway, you have the definition in case you guys do not know what chronically online is.
Wait, actually, let me. Okay, I screenshotted this the other day, so let me find it. But I also agree with that. What you're saying, I think it's like when you're a little too far into, into like social media, where you're like a little,
I
you
think
like
it's
you know a little too much about everything.
and I think that once you get like too far deep into there and there's like it's hard to differentiate between like actuality and like a reality but and like just online presence.
Yeah.
And I also think that there becomes a time like if you are more online than you are offline,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that is where there's a cross maybe or like you cross that
Agreed.
border. Anyway, do you have that?
Yeah. It's okay. So this is on Urban Dictionary because I feel like that's like relatable one
Yeah.
to this. Um, it says someone who is basically always on the internet and their entire existence revolves around being on the internet. People who are chronically online typically have no real friends in real life and stay online starting useless debates and that literally achieve nothing outside of a screen.
Wow.
So I don't know
Yeah.
about the like real friends
Yeah.
thing, but I think in a
I think
way,
you can be both.
right. I
Yeah.
agree. But
Yeah.
like for me, like this like staying online, like that's when I feel like people are chronically online when people are like fighting in these comment sections
Yeah.
or like
Right.
yeah, I don't
Or
know, I
also
guess.
yeah, and just like deep in the depths of the comment sections of like on anything. Um
Mhm.
and not in just like a like haphazard like dropping like a little comment way. It's like getting
Yeah.
invested in these things constantly.
Right.
And so I think like that and then I also think something that I think goes with this is parasocial relationships.
Mhm.
And I think that also again because of the spectrum, I think well this has been said that if you're on TikTok or if you how about this? This is what I've seen. If you know what the term chronically online means or you use it in a sentence, you too are chronically online.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like you have to be chronically
Agreed.
online to know what that even like means.
Totally.
And And I think that's why I say that there's a spectrum, but like at the same time, because I think it was actually Victoria Paris who said that. She said like, "You bitches are chronically online." Da 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 da
I
da.
feel like that's where I got it too, because
Yes,
she always says it lately, and I'm like,
yeah, and I agree with
mm.
everything she says. But then I go to the comments and people are like, "If you also are chronically online
Yeah,
because you post like 8 times a day," and so
right.
it's like that I thought was funny because I like Paris. I like Paris. I like VP.
I like
Um,
Ferris.
but it just makes me think a little bit more because um I am openly chronically online. I gotta stop saying that. I am openly, well, I mean that's what the topic is, but it's just like I'm gonna say it every sentence.
Extremely online.
Yeah,
That's another
I
word.
am also extremely online. Like part of my job consists of it. Also, I just enjoy social media. I do. And not even social media. I enjoy the internet. The use of the
Mhm.
internet. I enjoy reading articles. I enjoy most things on that can happen on a screen,
Yeah.
you know.
And you know what also? I feel like me and Jordan always talk about this when we're like actually hanging out together, and we're always like crap, what was I just going to say? Oh, like when we know too much about a topic, or like we're
Oh
like,
yeah.
and we're like, we will say to each other, I don't, like, I don't want to know, or
Oh
like I
yeah.
want to stay oblivious. I feel
Yeah.
like that kind of goes in with this, because it's like there's just so much information on like TikTok specifically, where it's
Yes.
like every time I scroll, it's like, did you know this? This is bad for you. Did you know this is good for a
Yeah.
woman's health? This is
Yeah.
good for cortisol levels. And like sometimes it's too much and I don't want to know.
No, yeah,
Like,
I agree, and I think that two apps that are really, really, really bad at like fund, uh, creating that, I guess, or like has maybe the most like diabolical, not diabolical, but like the most diabolically online people are
yeah,
TikTok and Twitter,
totally.
and Twitter is one that was like that from an early start. It's a fester breeding ground for like negativity. And I
Mhm.
fed into that for a really long time when I was younger. I like you love to see the sub tweets. You love to like try to figure out who is this about. Like, um,
Yeah.
and that was always interesting. But um, now on TikTok, it like what you're talking about, those things come to you no matter what, and that's festering a different type of energy, and like
Mhm.
that I think is creating so many other issues with people. Like I know with me personally, creating these like random like spirals kind of I want to say, or like just thoughts that I wouldn't be thinking about, like the world ending, let's say, or something like that. I
Mhm.
sure maybe it will happen, but I need personally I need to stay oblivious for my own mental sake.
Exactly. Like some things I just don't need to know or think about, or
Yeah.
like I've been saying this to Jordan. I'm like, I feel like it's so not good for me to know every single thought of like someone's
Yeah.
existence online. I feel like it's so
Right.
bad for my own like I
Yeah.
don't need to know all of that. And I feel like that
Yeah.
is a part of being online, whether you're
Yeah.
posting it or consuming it.
Uh-huh.
Like it's too much.
I know. And even like just again, like I think this again is very like Twitter, like this started on Twitter, but like people giving their unwarranted opinions, and like yes, that is what these things are for, and like people like a lot of people like that. Of
Mhm.
like for instance, let's say like someone's like, why do all bitches need podcast? Not every girl needs a podcast. And then
Yeah.
immediately I'm like, oh, you're right, I don't need a podcast. Like we don't need a podcast. We have nothing to say. Do you know what I mean?
Literally. Yeah.
And then you're like, well, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
No, it's not. Exactly. It's crazy how much, because that happens to me too on like a lot of things, where I'm like, I'll see someone else's opinion or
Yeah.
whatever they're saying, and I'll be like, wait, you're right. And then I have to
Right,
like
that's what I'm
step
saying.
back because I'm like, actually, you're not right. You're
Right.
done.
I know.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like even like within this like Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber stuff that's happening right now,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm very invested in this. I've always been invested in this because I'm a believer. I'm a Selener. I'm all of them, to be honest. Like I'm a roader.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. We read
Rotor.
it, Dawn. What? No, but like I don't hear. I'm here nor there with Hailey Bieber. Like I take a lot of inspiration from her. I like her
Mm-hmm.
for certain aspects. I love Selena Gomez. You know what I mean? Like, but these things
Same.
obviously like they're coming out and it's like. Don't get me wrong. This is a different subject, but I do think it's interesting. Um, because you can just get fed so much information constantly
Yeah.
so
Totally.
easily. Yeah, it's like all of the information that I've gotten has been like unasked for. I have not asked for any of it. It just showed up. And
Mm-hmm.
and anyway, but that being said, that all is interesting to me, but the thing that takes it over the edge is that it's okay. It's Justin Bieber's birthday today, and you go to Hailey Bieber's post for her husband. It's like no matter how they got there, they are married. Like there has to be something like real going on. They have a house together, they have dogs
Right.
together. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
not like a fake. Like they
right,
can't be faking it.
yeah. However she got there, and whatever the case is, whoever she's obsessed with, whatever he can stand to be her husband. Like
Yeah.
whatever it is. And it just like the comments on her post, like, or the comments on these TikToks that I'm seeing just tagging her, I'm like, in what world do you think that this is going to do anything? Like, hate Hailey Bieber all you
I,
want, but like, what does it matter for you to do that?
right.
Comment on the video. Sure, like your opinions. Like, I'll comment and be like what? Or like, I don't think I have, but like, I can see myself commenting like,
Yeah.
what? And like,
Yeah.
but to tag her thinking she's gonna see it and like this is gonna like change something or like ruin her mood or her day or something. It's like she did already when she did the thing. She married Justin Bieber and like however that plays out, it'll play out. But like, why do you want to have anything to do with it? But nonetheless, that's again a side note. But it does show, I think, a portion of the internet, which that can be said for like any drama that's happening.
Totally. Yeah.
And again, I personally, I know, I think you do to some extent too, but like I eat up the drama. Like I love learning about these things.
Yeah. You definitely do more than me, but it's funny. I mean, like it's fun to like watch it all go down for me. Like personally, like I really don't care. I like them both. Like I really
Yeah.
don't have like in that situation. Like
Right.
I don't have an opinion really. I guess on
Yeah.
Hailey Bieber. I do. I've always loved Selena though and Justin.
Yeah. And honestly, I can't say that I wouldn't do the same. I was neck deep into that fandom. Like if I had access like that she had with
Yeah.
her dad and her family and stuff, like to Justin
Like
Bieber,
I would literally do the same.
I too would be like a Selena stalker. Like okay, you know what I
Ooh,
mean?
and
Like
then
she wasn't outside of
okay,
Selena's house. So anyway, go on.
the post that for his birthday though, he looked good in that photo.
I did see that. Yeah, that was a cute
I
picture.
was literally like, my gosh.
And he looked happy too.
Yeah, but honestly, being chronically online rots my brain.
Yeah.
TBH. That's
Yeah,
the
sometimes
like
more than others for me.
that's when I know to stop
Yeah. Well, the
going.
thing is, in wintertime, I have no choice but to be online. So,
Yeah, it's definitely hard in winter.
like, what? I'm gonna get off of my phone during an ice storm?
Like, what do you expect me to do? Of course, I'm gonna like
Right.
watch all of the pop culture TikTokers
Yeah.
talking about the situation and then
Yeah.
bringing up photos from 2014. I'm like, how did you even get that?
Right. Right. I know
How
these
do they
things are
get those?
crazy.
Because I keep seeing screenshots of like it's like Hailey Bieber's old post, and it's like literally from like the old Instagram like screenshot, like
Oh, I
how it
know.
looks.
People like
So I'm like,
save these things
right, like how did these people know to take?
that they would be needing to use this one day.
Yeah, sus.
I always wonder that kind of thing because I'm so like I just went through my like Google Photos for the first time in years and years and saw like I barely even have pictures of us, like you know what I mean, like when we were younger. Let alone these
I
people
know.
have like tweets. I don't
It's
even have my
crazy.
own tweets from back then.
Literally. How do y'all
But
stay on
I mean, I'm
track?
not complaining again because it is
Yeah, I know.
feeding, but uh anyway.
True.
Um Also, the thing is, I think that I'm just learning as time goes on with social media. There are certain, like, as much as I do like to be online, like, I like to be able to find other, maybe more productive things to do online, and I think that's why I like YouTube so much. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's maybe like besides Pinterest, one of the least toxic, like, uh can be, depending on what sector you're on, but like the least toxic forms of social media, maybe.
I agree. And I feel like it's because you can filter out who you watch on there more
Yeah.
so than
Yes.
TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
I guess Instagram you can, but um yeah. I feel like TikTok you even on your following though. There's so many people I follow that I'm like, how did I follow you?
How did I get here? I got
I
lost.
not in a mean way, but it's so interesting.
Some of mine are in a mean way. I'm just like, when did I follow you? Like, what content were you making that I was like, this is good, and then
That's what I'm
and
right.
suddenly I got here. I don't know, but
Weird.
um, other things though that I've found personally that okay, wait. I was gonna say this, and then I think that there's again, like, going back to the spectrum part of it, but like, I forgot to say this when we were talking about like the commenting part, and I think that the people that like are like brutally like in the trenches online, they are the ones. And also, I would like to say, I'm not judging people who do this. If this is what you need to
Yeah,
do, I don't
that's
know.
the
I don't
thing
know.
about it. It's
I don't
like,
want to talk like I'm like higher than thou. You know what I mean? Or holier than thou,
yeah,
whatever the term is.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, for all we know, it's like these people are like 13 commenting on. For specifically, I always think
Right.
about like Kennedy Urich's comment section
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's actually terrifying. Like that's probably the worst one I've ever seen.
Hers is really
Maybe.
polarizing because they're either like so down for her, like I
Right.
will lick your toes, or like I will literally like chop your like body limb, like
Right. And
into
like
like little
and
pieces.
then it's not even like the comments, but it's like in those comments of that comment.
Oh yeah,
That's where it gets like nasty. And I'm like,
yeah. The girls are fighting in there.
y'all okay?
Yeah, they need to like take it outside because it gets really. I
Mhm.
just don't. I don't know. That would make me
Yeah.
anxious, even like fighting with a stranger online.
I know.
You know. Um,
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I don't know. I would like to know why people like what is it the
the
reason
psychology
people
of it.
yeah, like why do people want to cancel
Yeah.
people or well, I know cancel, I guess, if they really do something bad, but
Yeah.
anyways, but like what makes someone
Well,
comment something negative on like what I don't get the purpose personally.
yeah. I don't know because I've never been one to do that. I don't think. Like, I've been on social media for a really long time, and the worst I can think of is that I used to do like weird Facebook statuses, and it wasn't directed towards anyone. It was usually like song lyrics, but
Mhm.
like, you know what I mean, or like something
Yeah.
like that. So I don't really know, but
Subtweeting.
um, yeah, I would like I think there are maybe documentaries on that kind of thing now.
Yeah, I need to watch some.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it is an interesting like thing, and the thing is like I think that there are, like you said, like some of them are 13, but some of them
Yeah, I
aren't.
know. That's what I
Some of
was
them
thinking
I
about too. As
see.
soon as I said that, I was like, wait, actually, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, because even on like, let's say like one of my posts, I remember I told you the other day, like I posted, I think it was my shoe rotation for spring or something, and someone
Mm-hmm.
commented like, so funny how none of these are cute. And it was like, it was just obviously just a snarky thing, and so I clicked on her thing, um and because I was like on TikTok, and I got the note, it like popped up on the top, and then I
Yeah.
clicked it, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And I clicked on her thing, to her profile, then I went back to the comment to either reply or delete it, and she had already deleted it. And so I'm
Uh,
like, that to me, that's the extent of what I would ever do as a hate comment, is like, that's that I would never say something like that. But I also, if I ever, I have said something like, not even like disagreeing with someone's maybe point of view or something. And then I'm just like, I just do not care enough, like, to
right.
even like give my thoughts out there.
Right. And it's like, because what does it actually do?
Right.
Other than, I don't know.
No.
Like,
And
to me, I'm uh, like, what does my opinion, if I don't like, let's say, your shoes,
yeah.
that has nothing to do with you. So why would I
No.
comment it?
No, and
I'll
I
just, like,
also,
if I see an ugly pair of shoes online, I'll be like, okay,
I
ew,
know, and I
like,
see them all the
bye.
time. You just, if anything, I scroll faster so I don't see them again. Like,
That's
you
literally
know,
what I do too, yeah.
but I do think there's a thing, like, again, back, because I still don't think I got to my point of like the commenters, but I think that there's like uh, a differentiation between like real life and like um boundaries, and I feel like some people more than others know like what's worth it and what's not, or like the like what you're going to get out of this is like nothing. And so like, why waste my time? Or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to even explain it really, but like, maybe like it's just some people just don't get the satisfaction as much as other people do from doing that,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But and you know what the thing is too, is because uh, again, it's such a fine line, because I love gossip. I love juicy gossip. But there's again,
Yeah.
once you cross the border between gossip and like talking about people and what they're doing, to like calling them names, and like, or like judging what they're doing, or like being brutal towards it, or towards
Mm-hmm.
them, that's when it turns for me and it's not as fun anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas gossip, just lighthearted gossip, like knowing the facts of the Selena Haley Bieber things, that's fine to me. Even posting the videos of like these interesting like connections or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, once it goes into the comment section and people like just tearing other people apart, whether it's Selena or Haley or Justin, any of it. And this is just an example because it's something that's going on right now. But
Mm-hmm.
that to
Yeah.
me is where it turns the edge to not fun anymore.
Yes, I agree.
You know what's funny though? It's that if we were talking about this, and like, let's say like people our parents' age would be like listening, they'd be like, "Yeah, it's these kids that are chronically online, man." But these are the people who are like scrolling on like Facebook while they're driving on the highway, like with their
Yeah,
like phone
literally.
in, like holding it in between like the wheel, thinking that people are too stupid to tell. I'm like, or they have it sitting up on their
Yeah,
tripod thing, that's attached to their thing, and they're just like scrolling on Facebook. I'm like, why do you need to be on Facebook right now? You're going
literally.
85 miles per hour on the highway,
It's too much.
right? So that just goes to show it really is. It's like almost any generation at this point, besides like the
Mm-hmm.
boomers, probably.
Yeah.
They're free for right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh, I have this one. Extremely online. I have this definition. Also known as terminally online. I like all these other ones. Um,
It's like a step
phrase
above.
referring what?
It's like a step above.
Yeah. A phrase referring to someone closely engaged with internet culture. People said to be extremely online often believe that online posts are very important. That's true. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I also saw this thing on parasocial relationships, because I think that again, parasocial relationships have something so much to do with this, and I think parasocial like friendships and relationships and everything like that are so interesting to me, and so interesting to watch, especially like with the rise of TikTok, and like
Mm-hmm.
people just like wanting to bring these people all the way up, and just
Yeah.
like again, kneel at their feet until they do one thing that they hate and they don't like, and then they turn on them, and it's just like
Yeah.
over.
It's crazy.
um what?
It's crazy.
Yeah. So here is a little article. The internet is obsessed with parasocial relationships. This is from Refinery 29. Yeah, you know that feeling when when you're watching a TV show or someone's Instagram story and you just know that you and the person you're watching would really, really get on well. Then the more you watch and the more you learn about them, the stronger the feelings become. We would probably be great friends, you might think absentmindedly, despite never have met them in real life. It's a one-sided relationship and you know that, but also you kind of can't help it. The concept of parasocial relationships was coined in 1956 by Donald Horton and Richard Wohl to describe the way mass media users acted like they were in a typical social relationship with a media figure, such as a feeling as though they are friends with a person, like a radio personality or a TV character. While this type of one sided relationship existed long before the invention of TV and radio, the growing role of mass medias in people's lives had brought these relationships into prominence. Which, that's interesting. I did not know that. Hold on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the definition of parasocial relationship is where a viewer or audience member becomes attached to or invested in a media character. They can be real or fictional, who doesn't return the emotion. A sense of intimacy and closeness develops on one side, but the other party is in all likelihood, does not know the former exists. Um, so parasocial relationships are actually perfectly normal and, in fact, psychologically healthy.
Interesting.
So, as humans, we are built to make social connections, and when we are presented with a person through audio or video, we seek to establish a bond with them. Um, and let's see. However, for some people, parasocial relationship can become problematic. The one-sided nature of a relationship is more obvious when that relationship exists between a viewer and a TV character, but enter a gray area whenever it's between real people. So, like for instance, like Princess Diana, like the public's reaction to Princess Diana, that kind of thing. Like when there were people like just like so upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
With the introduction of social media and its ability to give anyone with an account a public platform, the number of people who could unknowingly be on the receiving end of a parasocial relationship has exploded. Increased access through social media and the subsequent rise of influencers and creators has meant that these days defining a person of note is really, really hard. So I guess just like there's more of them. But social media was built to encourage this. And the potential to form parasocial relationships is the DNA of sites like Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You become a follower or subscriber of someone and who then shares their thoughts and talks apparently directly to you as an individual, like, hey guys, and whatever. And you can even reply like via comments and stuff. And then you're given access to people like never before. But let me see. Anyway, she goes on, there's a degree of entitlement that I think people think that they have. They forget that we are individuals who show as little or as much as we want. Stephanie acknowledges that the more you share, the more likely it is that people will develop a parasocial relationship with you. For the most part, it is innocent, but when people feel like they're entitled to someone else's time or space before the one sided relationship they have formed, it can push into uncomfortable spaces.
Hmm.
And that, to me, is the downfall of the parasocial relationship, is where I've seen it the most toxically again is on, of course, TikTok, but like like just people expecting certain things from a free platform or a person who's posting, even if they're getting paid, let's say, from the platform or whatever, sponsorships and stuff, and they're making money on that, but they are still choosing like to post these videos for entertainment purposes or whatever it is. And
Mm-hmm.
I've just noticed like TikTok is especially so bad about like, let's say like in the fashion community, people like just getting so mad when someone doesn't like isn't upfront about where something's from that they're wearing, maybe.
Yeah, and they're like, "You're gatekeeping it.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a
And
gatekeeper."
right. And
It's
don't get me wrong, some
crazy.
people are.
Right.
And also, again, don't get me wrong, I think that it's completely normal to ask where something's from, and
Totally.
like, and not look or whatever. But again, it's the line. But for that, and someone getting like angry that someone isn't answering it,
Yeah. Yeah,
you
that's a good
know.
example of it.
So anyway, do you have anything else
Nutty.
on it?
Um, I mean, Not really. I feel like um yeah, I feel like we kind of covered it all
Yeah.
for me.
It's just
Like
kind of an
that's
interesting topic.
it's really interesting, especially what you were just reading about. That is
Yeah.
so interesting to me.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen it for so long, but like Emma Chamberlain, for instance, it's like I don't think she's really. I can't remember. Has she done anything that like the masses have been mad about, like really mad about?
I
I
don't
can't
think
remember,
so. I
but I
like
do know that. What? Go on. Sorry.
no, I don't know.
I was
You
gonna
go
say
on.
like when she like will stop posting her friends, or like when she stopped hanging out with the Dolan twins, or uh stopped hanging out with her other friends. Like people are very, very adamant to her
Know that, yeah.
get to know the reason, and not only like just within like social circles and like with themselves, but like to her and like in her comment section, and it's like she's not sharing it for a reason.
Right. And
And she
also
didn't share
there's
that
like
much anyway.
right. Yeah. And that goes too with I feel like that there's like because it's one-sided like you were saying, it's like not one-sided but the
I feel
information
like with
of
Emma
someone
it kind of
else.
is, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That it's like there's like you get to that point of you can share whatever, but there's some things you don't like you're not um crap, what's the word for it? Like you
Entitled.
don't yeah, entitled to
Yeah.
share and explain every single thing. Like you can be
Oh, I see what you're
someone
saying.
on the
Yeah.
internet and not and like share let's say a relationship, but you don't have to share why
Yeah.
any of the details of it if you don't want to. And
Mm-mm.
people I think a lot of the time are like, "Wait, why aren't you like sharing this with us?" Like,
Yeah.
"Hello?"
And I
Yeah.
think it's interesting too because even if someone, let's say, were to share something, that could either it's usually it's never going to be the whole thing. So it's going to be either a fraction
Mhm.
of the truth, like some people, it's just a straight up lie of why they broke up, like, or like it can be so many different things, and that to me is so interesting that people are begging for something that they don't even like know what they're going to get, even if someone were to speak on the topic. And
Mhm.
second of all, I think it's funny because I was thinking about this the other day and how even though you and I are so close, right? There are
Mhm.
still so many parts of you that I don't know.
Mhm.
And I mean, I've known you for 21 years almost since you popped
Mhm.
out. And there are parts of you that I don't know, and there are parts of me that I you don't know. That's
Totally.
going to be with any singular relationship. You can have two of the closest people, but they're not going to know like when they're with their significant other, whatever it is. And
Right.
I thought about that. Yeah, wait, you know what? I know what's actually made me think about that
What?
is because okay, so Jamie has been we've been doing the podcast in my office, and my office is upstairs, and we have like one bathroom, but that's like I call it the cat's bathroom because there are like litter boxes in there, and so I tell Jamie to use our bathroom, which is connected to our bedroom.
Mhm.
And I was thinking about it because I looked in at our toothbrushes, and I was like, oh, we have three toothbrushes lined up, right? And
Yeah.
I was in a goofy mood maybe, but I was like I was thinking about it and I was like, what if Jamie comes into the bathroom, right? And she's like, why are there three toothbrushes like in her head? And she like starts thinking like, I wonder are they swingers or something? Like do they Okay. Um
Yeah.
uh and you and we very well could be, and you would never know. Or maybe you would maybe know, but like
True.
you wouldn't, like if I didn't tell you, you would have to like use context clues, or if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's so
But
funny though that you say that because I've never noticed that ever.
no, I know that. I know that you wouldn't notice that and you wouldn't think
Yeah.
that. But I thought about it and I was just like, it was just kind of like a thought about like how little you actually know about people, even if you know everything,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think you know
yeah.
everything about them, you know?
Yeah. Totally.
And again, this is just like for people in real life, and it's like you don't know because you only know what people tell you, what people show you in real life, in social media, anywhere.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm
Literally.
still learning things about mom, the woman who birthed us,
Mhm.
who doesn't have like a quiet bone in her body or like a shy about, I don't know what you would say, like she's not secretive, but you still
Yeah.
learn things that people just don't
Like
even think
open
to tell
book.
you, maybe,
Right.
you know?
Totally. Mhm.
So I think that's so interesting. And maybe just something to remember online is that
Mhm.
even though you think you know, which, I mean, I think most people at this point in the internet know, like, you don't know everything about someone, even if you think you do.
Yeah.
But there's
But
still
it's
that
it's
little
very
spot of
easy to
effect.
get caught up in it, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like even for me, if I watch like whoever I watch like daily, I guess, in my
Yeah.
scrolling, if it does feel like I know a lot.
Oh,
And
for
then it's like
sure.
and then one day they'll talk about something new or like an experience they had or like a
You went
trauma
there? I didn't know that.
thing. No. It's like a trauma, like let's say they had a bad childhood and they've never said anything,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they bring it up one day. I'm like, oh, like whoa, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's just so many things that you don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Tana Mojo, for instance, she was on the H3 podcasts the other day.
Yes, that's a
And
very good experience or whatever example.
example. Yeah. And it's like I knew some of those things about her, but like she's very up forth or upfront open with her viewers about
Yeah.
most things, but there are still like even some little things that she said that I don't think she's said before and that are like
Mhm.
super old and stuff. And so it's like I think that's again another instance for that. And even if I feel like even if someone wanted to spill every little single detail about themselves, like there's only so much time and energy in the world to do that. Like how could you even,
Right.
you know?
Literally.
So I don't know, it's just an interesting topic for me, like in my head, to like just theorize about, I guess.
For sure. I agree. It is to me
Yeah.
too.
But I still will believe that I would like either marry or be the best friend with Taylor Swift. And like
Yeah.
I grew up, like my life revolved around parasocial relationships, like with
Mhm.
specifically with like band members and stuff, you know? Like One
Yeah.
Direction, Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Like that's what
Five
kept me going.
sauce.
So I get it.
Yeah. Totally.
But anyway, well, oh, we could talk about this. Well, it's not really. It's like not big news, but tending off. We got our 23andMe results back, you guys.
You're like we
We
did.
well, we no,
We
well, no, because I know siblings can differ, I guess, but I say we because I texted. I was pretty excited for them, but at the same time, like I feel like a lot other people were more excited than I was. Like I was in multiple group chats last night about it, and like sending mine, and
like who?
everyone was
Like
different.
who are
Well,
you texting? I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
just some people, you know. But for instance, I was in one with like our family and our brother. Jake
He's
was so
so
funny.
funny.
He cracks me up because our we have to have Jake on the podcast one day.
No, literally because no, his ooga or whatever
Yeah, yeah,
literally made
right.
me
Because
like
it says I have 63% more Neanderthal in me, and then um also Jake gives us history lessons like anytime we talk to him, and so when I sent it, he's like,
ooga dooga.
"Wow, yeah," because it says that I'm 60% Eastern European, which is like uh Poland mostly, which I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew that. I paid this much money for
I
that.
actually didn't know it was that much though. I thought it was
Yeah,
more
that
like
doesn't make sense to
30
me
or
because I always
40.
right. I always thought that. I thought it was like 25% because
Right, or
dad's side is like 50 or like
yeah,
he. No, I guess he would be 100. I don't know, but I would assume like half of me would be that side,
equal.
and then half
Yeah,
is
yeah.
mom's side. You know,
Yeah.
but I guess it
Also,
doesn't work like that.
where's the check that mom always talks about?
Thank you. That's what I always. That's what Jared said. He said I don't see any Czech Republic because our mom always says we're like
I literally that's
Czechoslovakian.
the first thing I thought of when I saw
I
these.
know.
I
I
was
know.
like, she's literally been lying to us.
Literally. So we're Polish and East Northwestern European. Just a lot of European, French and German, British and Irish, Greek and Balkan. Yeah. which
I knew I
is
should be living in Europe.
Yeah, that's why Europe's calling my name. My ancestors were there.
I have
No,
to
but that's funny
go.
because the parts in Europe that call my name are not any of them listed there.
Really? Because mine
Except for like
are.
London. What?
I've always. I wanted to go to all of those. I would love to go to
Yeah.
Germany,
Well, I would love to go
France.
there. Don't get me wrong. I would love to go anywhere in the world. I just mean
I want
like
to go to Poland,
yeah, it does look
and
it does look very
I
pretty.
have been wanting to.
I thought you were
Just
gonna
don't
say and I
come
have
at
been
me.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was like,
I go
Jamie,
to.
we're not lying right now. This is not a lying episode. But no, the parts of Jared's actually ancestry is like a lot more interesting to me than mine. And it's like Danish, like Swedish, like those kind of things. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those places in the world are like those are the ones I crave to go to. I mean, actually on our paternal side, that side is closer to probably like his mom's side I think is all from the south, I thought.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Anyway, no one
Who
cares about
knows?
this anyway.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never
Very
know.
interesting to learn about, though.
What? It is. It was
Very.
the
I love
23andMe app.
seeing it.
Yeah. You should do
I had
it
no
because the
idea.
23andMe it has like so many other things too, like you're more
I'll have to
predisposed
look at it.
whatever. Yeah.
At yours.
Oh, well, I'll show you. I have to show you it.
I mean, ours. Listen, I know Jared says differently, but ours has to be very similar.
Yeah, but I wonder. Jared just got his in the mail because listen, that one was his, right? And then
You
he
took
didn't use it.
it.
Yeah, no, listen, he didn't use it for like 6 months. I would never take it from him and like even ask because I would want him to do it, but I've been trying to get him to do it for so long and he's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care about it right now. And he
Yeah.
ordered during like Black Friday, I think. And he ordered it for himself, which is already a big thing. He never orders anything. And so I was like, okay, he's going to do it, right? And then he never did it. And then finally, like a couple weeks ago, he's like, kept saying, like, just do the 23andMe. I don't even care about it. Like, just do it. And then I was like, one day I just was cleaning out the cabinet and I saw it and I was like, fine, I'll fucking do it. And so I, spit in the little tube. And I was like, before obviously, I was like, you sure I can do it? He's like, yeah. And then after I get my results back, guess what he did? He's like, oh, I wish I had one.
Oh, come on. He would do that.
Like, dude, you literally, you forced me to do it. And then you're going to say that. So I ordered him one last night and it came today. But.
Oh, good.
So stupid. Because then once I did it, he was like, what? That was like $200? I was like, yeah, you ordered it.
What?
Like, yeah, of course. That's why I'm like, yeah, you paid that and you didn't even use it?
Anyway, no ma'am.
So, what was I going to say? Yeah, I don't know. He's a different breed, though. While we're talking about Jared really quick, do you want to know? Sorry, I know you guys listening probably do not care about this, but Jamie maybe thinks it's funny because she knows Jared. But yesterday he got done with work at like early, like 2 was early for him, and 2:30 or whatever. He comes upstairs and he's like, "Oh, it's so nice out! Like I'm done with work for the day. Like, oh my god, this is crazy. I haven't been done in so long." He's like, "What can I do? What can I do? Ooh, I think I'm gonna clean out the pantry." And he goes and you have to look at the pantry. You saw our pantry the last time we were over, right? Like it's like overflowing, like really bad. Not anymore because he literally like it's sparkling clean. It looks like the home edit was here. He spent like 2 hours doing that yesterday, and I'm like, I'm not.
He would do
you,
that
sorry.
for fun too.
Well. What?
I said he would do that for fun too.
Yeah, and he was like giddy during it too. Like he was happy. Like, okay, crazy. Wouldn't
funny.
be me after I got done with a 9-hour work day, and I'm just like, okay, I'm early anyway.
Okay, I'm just gonna clean now.
Yeah, you
By
guys.
Choice.
Right. Well, anyway, that is the end of our episode. Yeah, it was just like a fun little topic. We will be back next week, and we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you are on YouTube, you can give us a like and subscribe down below. And if you're on Spotify, you can go and rate us 2 out of 5 stars. No, not 2 out of 5 stars. You can you can rate us also out of 5 stars. So sorry about that miscommunication there. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys next time. Love you very much. Bye.